Hello, my name's Michael Conneely, and I'm telling you about my Ogham Course. The Ogham is the tree alphabet of the ancient Irish Druids. Each of the letters of the Ogham alphabet have correspondences, and the principal correspondences is to the energy of the trees. And of course the trees have very different energies. So holly is quite a sort of prickly energy of defence. Oak is endurance and substance. Rowan is fey and fairy, and so on. Now, details of my Ogham course are on my Druid Forest School website. And so Maggie Pashley and I run the Druid Forest School from here in the far west of Ireland on the Atlantic coast of Sligo. And there's a page on the Druid Forest School website which is about learning the Ogham. It's a worldwide distance learning course. And so for each of the tree letters of the ancient Irish Druids, you receive two audios. One is a presentation and the other is a journey. And you receive very substantial start documents listing the energies of each letter, each tree, listing the Celtic otherworlds and the journeys across and through the otherworlds that you'd make as you're making the Ogham course. And after each letter, you email me back how you got on, and as a special bonus I look at your astrology, your Western astrology, which is very psychodynamic, depicting your psychological self, and your Vedic astrology, which is attuned to your incarnational life purpose and your destiny and is vast beyond belief. It's so enriching to study the Ogham. I also teach a runes course, and the energy of the Ogham, I want to say, is very different because the runes are very active and almost a militant energy, if you like, whereas the Ogham is visionary. It transcends barriers and merges into other worlds. So the two are very different, and it's wonderful to have them both inside your consciousness. So what I want to say, just to give you a little tiny idea of a feature of the Ogham course, is that to study each tree energy, you basically do a journey to my trance drumming, and you always start from your divine center, and you always return there at the end of your journey. It's most important not to get lost in the other worlds. And so the first exercise, you get all the material sent to you, and the first exercise is you journey to identify your divine center. Now, you don't have to stick with the same divine center. You can find that your divine center, where your spiritual path starts and ends, changes. And so you can start at one and move to another and another maybe, but come back maybe to the first one. And there's a deep meaning in the place. So the place that came to my mind just now was actually a stone circle where I did a special study of travellers protesting against the start of quarrying nearby and how they were tortured by the system. And so the place has both the ancient connotations of the Stone Age people who built the circle and aligned it to the earth and the stars, and the modern ideals of the people who had their camp nearby. And so clearly, the fact that it jumped into my mind as my divine centre for this phase shows that it has a deep importance. And so when I do a tree journey, I would start it there, journey across the other worlds, which are linked in a sequence to the sequence of the tree letters, focus on a particular tree, and then come back, retracing my path through the other worlds to the divine centre again. So it's wonderfully centering to do this Ogham Course, and it's incredibly consciousness expanding, because the ancient Irish Druids were most certainly aware that this world is just but a tiny part of many worlds, and that the other worlds interpenetrate this world. And it's so enriching to know of those other worlds, to visit those other worlds, and indeed to meet the gods and the spirits who have a particular other world as their abode. One can learn so much, one can grow so much. So have a look at my Ogham page on my Druid Forest School website, and I hope you'll enroll. So this is Michael Conneely from the west of Ireland saying thank you and looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.